90% of the comments I get in my mentions are that this fight's staged. He's going to take a dive just because of one sparring session. Meanwhile, sparring sessions happen all the time. Can you please squash that or address that? Because I'm getting tired of seeing them in my mentions myself.
I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, it's illegal to do that, first and foremost. Secondly, sparring partners spar all the time. Look at Triple G and Canelo. Look at Dillian White and Tyson Fury. So this is a common thing, and they have so much pride and ego, and like you see the real tensions. You could feel that energy in the room. So the people that think that are obviously just the Jake Paul haters who want to discredit any single thing that I'm doing.
Rockman did lose his last fight, but he did throw 50 punches around. You've not seen 50 punches around. Woodley averaged, I think, 30 in the second fight. First fight, he was throwing about 20 punches around. That's a new wrinkle. Besides being a southpaw, he throws a lot of punches. Are you ready to see volume, and do you think there'll be opportunities for counter shots?
For sure. I mean, he was throwing a lot of punches, but it was because the guy was sitting there as a heavy bag. He couldn't get out of the way. So when he's fighting me, that punch count's going to come way, way down because he's not going to be able to hit me. This is surreal. Like, the fact that this is all happening is a dream come true. The 12-year-old version of myself would be giving me a high five, and you'd be so proud of what I've done and what I've accomplished. And this was a dream come true. I wrote it down in my bucket list when I was 18 years old to sell out Madison Square Garden. I didn't know what it was going to be for or why, but here we are 7 years later selling out the most iconic venue in the world. It's pretty remarkable.
Do you consider McGregor responding to you a win? Because I feel like he used to not respond at all, but now he does. To me, he's got your attention.
Yeah, no, 100%. He's been looking and paying attention to everything the whole entire time. He has to. Numbers don't lie. And at the end of the day, very few times in decades and centuries do massive names and massive fighters come out of the woodworks. You have the Floyd Mayweathers, and then it was really Conor, and guess who's next? It's me. And so everyone has to pay attention to that. No one has done what I've done in 5 fights. No one has sold this many pay-per-views in 5 fights. No one has sold out this many venues in 5 fights. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm the new kid on the block. I'm the new king on the block, highest paid. The numbers prove it, and so he has to pay attention. And he knows that I'm the money fight for him. Who else is he going to go and fight right now?
In boxing, getting a sound win is still good. But do you feel like you have to deliver a knockout because you want those viral moments?
I do. I feel like that, and I train for that, and I let that pressure in camp fuel me. I let it motivate me. And, man, when I have a challenge like this, people aren't going to believe. Like, there's no reason I should beat this kid on paper. But when it happens and when I knock him out, what the fuck can anyone say?
I told Ariel yesterday that you saved the sport, and that without you, it was floundering. If that's what you said, can you explain what you meant by that?
Yeah, I mean, no one was watching boxing. There wasn't any hype around it. You'd watch occasionally the heavyweight fight or maybe Floyd, but then as soon as he retired, everything got really boring, and there was an era where there wasn't any fights that anyone heard of. No names were breaking out. It was a very stagnant period, and so when I came in and switched the whole game up, brought in the social media element, brought 60 million followers over into the sport, you see a difference, and it's made an everlasting impact.
What do you think about the year we're having, the year boxing's having right now?
It's great. That's what I'm saying. There's so much momentum, and now you see boxing taking over MMA. The MMA scene has been fucking dead. The UFC hasn't been putting on any events that anyone is talking about, yet boxing has had massive fights back to back to back, and it's been really fun to see, and boxing's taking over MMA again.
Top 3 in boxing right now.
I would say Devin Haney, David Benavidez, and Errol Spence.
No Canelo.
No Canelo, the fuck?